I started rapping. We're done with that, Sean. We've moved on.
Yeah. I like that you can't hear the music at all, but you're still like gonna rap over it.
We could at the start. There was a time where I could hear the music.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to Legends of the Pregame. The important part is the listeners can hear it right now.
Hey, listeners.
I feel like I'm always taken by surprise by the start of my own podcast.
I'm Charlie Bowie.
That's Sean.
That's me.
Sean,
I'm
that's
Sean.
Ryan.
I'm Sean. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
Ryan. You remember Ryan?
Charlie, any way you can move over a little bit more?
Episode 200. We're
Hey,
all
buddy.
jaded. You remember this?
You remember this fuck?
You remember this nonsense that we do? Well, yeah. Welcome back to Legends of Pregame, and it's been we actually did it on time this time.
Yeah,
Relatively
no, it has been
close.
forever.
Hip,
Last
hip.
week, Ryan,
Yes.
we did an episode.
We did a whole episode last
Yeah,
week.
we
It's crazy.
did.
It's
Weddings,
crazy.
no
Weddings
less.
was
Weddings.
fire episode.
Some people are afraid of weddings.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
They are.
we're getting into the subject real fast.
there we go.
Like that.
Phobias.
Charlie Bowie woke up today and chose, "No longer will I talk about my week." We are going straight into the meat of this.
I'm not a foreplay guy. I just go for it. You know.
I like that. I like that.
You know, I'm a romantic, but that's more making meals and stuff.
So here's what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be talking about phobias, the legend of the various unusual and crazy phobias.
Yeah, phobias are an interesting thing because I mean, like all phobias imply that it's like something other people aren't scared of.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, and there's a couple good phobias out there. I mean, like I suffer from some phobias. Do you guys have phobias?
I think I probably do. I'm a good man to switch my brain off and
Yeah.
not think about things.
I like shit.
I like to
real
hide-
bad answer right there.
I like to hide from my problems. A fear of problems.
You
Is
have,
that
you have a fear of phobias? You're like, no. I can't be afraid of things that I'm afraid of.
I don't know if this counts, but hot cars.
Hot cars.
Yeah.
I was a dog in my past life.
It might be like maybe it's an offshoot of like
Being stuck.
enclosed spaces.
Sure. Like claustrophobia.
Claustrophobia. It might be an offshoot of that, but yeah, whenever the missus and I are going anywhere, and you know Florida,
Yeah.
cars tend to be hot.
Leaving you
I
parked
will-
in a parking lot by yourself.
Dude, I will open the car door and just wait outside for a minute,
What?
or I'll sit in the seat but with the car door open. I won't like close.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
That is, I would call that a phobia.
Yeah, I don't know. I panic. Hot cars make me panicky.
hot car. Hot car.
Wow, Charlie.
I dealt with mine yesterday. I went to the dentist.
Oh, you got.
But I feel like a lot of people, it's not necessarily a fear. It's more of like, I don't want to do this. Because when you go to the dentist, it's either slightly painful and they're like, you did a great job, or it's really painful and they're like, you could do better, and they scold you when you're 30.
Right.
It's like, look, I brush my teeth. I'm not a savage.
Yeah.
But by the way, my dentist rocked, and my dental high gentleman.
Your dental high gentleman.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, his name's Jay.
He wears a tuxedo.
I think he did
balls
have a
are in the
tie
shit.
on, but he was wearing scrubs over everything because COVID. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
I
But he did great.
I love that. I love the idea of COVID being the only reason medical professionals wear scrubs. You know,
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, it all
Before they used to
started
wear jean shorts.
Yeah.
Now they're all afraid of it.
just smocks.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, just Jinko jeans and a plaid
all,
button-down shirt.
all my doctors just tripping over their pants.
You show up to the dentist, you're like, you like System of a Down too?
Do you have rollerblades under those?
Skateboards into the hospital. Yeah, what's up, bros? Here to check on my boys.
Massimo, bro.
I have to be completely sedated to go to the dentist.
Oh,
I have to do sedation dentistry because I can't. I literally cannot. It's a torture.
eat it,
It's annoying.
I move
I
too
would say
much.
it's annoying. It's never something I look forward to,
Yeah.
but it's not like I'm not like, oh no, it's not like ruining my week.
The last time I had a panic attack was a teeth cleaning, and it was it's pretty bad. And they gave me one of those squeeze balls,
And
you
it
know,
just
like,
popped.
and I broke it. I broke the squeeze ball. The problem is like when you're panicking during a dental procedure, the tools are sharp.
Very.
and you move a lot. So it's
Yeah.
like they're like, stop moving. I'm like, I can't stop. And they're like, open your mouth. I'm like, I'm trying. Like it's so like my body will just go no.
That's kind of beautiful the way you were like, hey Charlie, you got any phobias? And you're like, me too. That shit is
Dude,
awful.
I got all of the phobias.
Me as well.
Yo, let's get into that. So Ryan, what are you dealing with? What's going on in there?
Well,
In that weird head of yours.
this insane person that I am. Well, dogs, that's one of them. I'm super twitchy around. I've tried to get over this one, and I've done some therapy for it, but I'm still twitchy enough around dogs, and they sense it. They know it.
Oh, they absolutely know. It's true. For the listeners, we record at my place in this tiny room with this way too big table, and and every time Ryan comes over, he's facing his phobias. We record here just so Ryan can get over his fear of dogs.
This is therapy.
Every day, Remy, our little dog, will bark before because you'll hear the knock, and then the door will open.
I try to
and Ryan
knock
will just
so
be
lightly.
like,
I'm just like,
hi, but every time it's like shaking.
Yeah.
But you own a dog.
I know. I'm not scared of that one.
Yeah, she's
It's
great.
It's unfamiliar
she's a great pup.
dog. So like, if you look right here, is it this year? I forget which year it is. It's been so long. I was a
You
baby.
got a 50-50 shot.
I got, but I got attacked by a dog when I was like a baby. It ripped my ear off.
Was
Like
his
a
name
big
Tyson?
old chunk of my ear. Yeah, little baby Tyson dog.
50-50 shot. I would say that would have been a fun time to
It was
find out Ryan has a third ear on his arse.
Wow. I can hear myself fart so
But
well.
my mom had a dog, and then she had a baby, and then the dog got jealous of baby me,
Yeah.
and would aggressively attack me as a little baby.
Right, it stinks.
Yes,
Right.
She says she got rid of the dog, but I don't think she did for like a while.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm traumatized because of that from dogs.
You'd be going to sleep, and the dog is just in the corner of your room,
Kill you.
dressed as a
kill
clown
you.
for some reason.
me and her had it so good before you got here. Things have changed since you had the baby. Which is also everything my stepdad would yell at the same time too. So it's not better.
And the dog wasn't even drinking.
He actually was. It was a crazy alcoholic dog.
Like Brian from Family Guy.
Fucking Coco.
Yeah, no, it's weird because like I'll have fears and then I'll have phobias. Like phobias, the one with the dogs is I know and it's like kind of all dogs, even like little small like chihuahuas. I'll freak out a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's almost like primal where it comes from.
Right.
Whereas like a fear, like I have a general fear of like guns and stuff, but they
That'd be
don't
a
freak me
cool-
out.
That'd be a cool
Right.
soldier name. General Fear.
No.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very non sequitur.
I also
brain.
have
Anyway,
severe
I hadn't
acrophobia.
talked in a while.
I had to throw something out there. I was paying attention.
I do that too.
I had to
sometimes.
say the last couple words.
Yeah, sometimes I will do that. So my missus, I'll just be like, yeah, gravy, huh? Because you missed the 6 sentences before.
Yeah.
Dude, there was this is a phobia thing. There was an episode of Maury Povich back in the day where they dealt with
You don't have to say
people's-
Povich. He's like Cher.
Yeah. But
Maury.
so they had to deal with people's phobias.
Yeah.
And he would deal with them by like immersion, and it was so funny. Like this one girl, and they aren't like fears that you really need to get over, right? Like this one lady, she was like, I have a terrible fear of balloons. And it was like, then just don't go around balloons.
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
They seem avoidable.
Yeah, quite. And Mari's like, so like how big of a fear is it? And she's like, pretty big. I'm afraid of blimps. And like she can't leave her house because
She thinks a blimp is a big balloon.
Yes, a
What
huge
an idiot.
one, right?
Wow.
And like then all of a sudden one of the PAs walks out with a whole bunch of balloons and she freaks
What a
out, falls
dick.
on the ground, runs around the whole thing. But like it was so funny because it's like, why are you worried? Like she's like, I can't even go to my children's birthday. You know,
Because a blimp might
Just
be
'cause
in
a
the
blimp-
size?
no,
Just
balloons.
don't
Balloons.
have balloons.
yeah, just don't have them. Or like somebody's like, I have a fear of mustard. It's like, then just don't have it. I don't have mustard at my. No, I do, but I don't like it. But it's
Yeah.
not something that I'm like, oh God, I gotta. Ugh.
Maury's an ass, by the way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like he go through this whole thing like, what are you afraid of? And then here's
And
the
they know.
Here's the thing you're afraid of the most.
We
This lady.
set this up to bring it out, just to terrify you.
I get it. Like, but-
so that's a spider. That's a
spider, fine,
That
fine.
arachnophobia. That's perfectly rational.
yeah.
I don't fucking like. She's really going for it. Oh yeah, that's Parrots? Oh,
Okay.
okay, that's funny.
Yeah, but the bird is like flapping at him.
Okay, first of all, parrots are scary. They're dinosaurs. And
They can bite through your hand.
Yes.
They're
Is that on a
jaws
TV?
are-
I thought that parrot was in studio.
No, that parrot's on the TV.
On the
but,
TV,
But
okay, got
guess
it.
what,
Wait,
Sean?
nah.
They bring in a parrot at some point.
course.
Oh yeah,
Hell
and
yeah.
she goes running.
They bring him in from
Oh
the
my
side.
God. That is so-
She hears her biggest speak. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God! This
Go
is
into the
so funny.
backstage.
Oh, you're afraid of parrots? Well, guess
Yeah.
what?
And
Here's
then they
the parrot,
corner.
bitch.
They're gonna corner coming around the corner.
That is
Here's the
so
parrot.
cruel.
Yeah,
And
this
the
whole
parrot's freaking
the
out,
whole
too.
staff is like, chase her with that fucking parrot. You
Camera
fucking-
guy.
you
Go,
chase
go,
her.
go, go, go.
I hope-
Switch to camera 5.
I hope that was worth the $200 in free hotel room she got.
When like they have.
And then the Mari just comes over like, why are you scared of that?
Why are you afraid of?
This lady's in fear, but this next lady is afraid of olives, and this one, she's afraid of green olives.
Do you know what the only way
Not black olives though.
the only way to end
That's
this
not
episode
I know.
is to find out that Maury's fear is his show getting cancelled, and it's the last episode. The joke was on you all along, Maury.
Murray, in your face.
Uh,
But like these fears.
This is
Lady's
crazy.
running from a jar of olives.
When I wonder what time frame this was, where you could just
Where the hell do you get a novelty-sized jar of olives?
someone's afraid of a big jar of olives.
and they're in a jar. They're caged olives.
They're not out in the
They're
wild.
not free-range olives.
I'm not afraid of Jeffrey Dahmer because he's in behind bars. Like I'll
Yeah.
stand there and look at him all day.
That is
like-
crazy. I don't know what year that was, but that is crazy that they just subjected people to their fears
and
in
like-
Original
front of a
air-
live studio audience.
Yeah.
It was from October 2000. You know when you could still do this kind
Yeah.
of
When
stuff.
you
that was
just stare-
9/11.
That was before 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Damn
good
it.
old days.
Me and you have the same thoughts.
Yeah. It was the Twin Towers showing its nipple that really ruined television. Oh,
That was a
anyways.
Janet Jackson joke.
Sean wasn't here for that.
No, but we got it. We got it. We got it over
I
there.
understand context.
Just
right.
making sure anyone that was like, how dare he talk about the
Yeah.
World Trade Center's tits?
So Maury's a psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to you, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like
Did that like a newscaster.
Back to you.
Well, that's my beef with hypnotists. A, I don't think they're real, and B, when they
Yeah.
do that thing where they're like they ask the person the phobia, and then they'll hypnotize them so they're then not afraid of that phobia, and then they're a dick, and they will unhypnotize
Yeah,
them,
it's like, what-
and then freak them out completely. I'm afraid of being hypnotized. Like I'm basically afraid of everything. I live my life.
So
in
do you believe in
constant
it or
fear.
not?
I want it to not be real.
Okay,
is how
you
I feel
desperately
about
want it to not be real.
Yes.
'Cause you know what? I gotta say, it is pretty cringy, the idea of being put to sleep and made do embarrassing things.
Yeah.
Yes.
That feels like that should be a crime at this point, right?
I
Sort of
mean,
is,
yeah.
depending on the thing you're forced to do.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true, yeah.
I remember coming across like a found footage thing one time, and it was from the 80s, and it was like it was a guy. It was to sell you a video on how to hypnotize ladies,
Oh.
and it was the creepiest thing I've ever
Wow.
seen,
Oh.
and it definitely didn't work.
Well,
But
yeah.
definitely some creepy dudes definitely tried it.
Yeah,
Were
it was Bill Cosby.
Were they fupas? No. Puas.
Fupas. Fupas is a very different thing.
No, pickup artist people.
Oh.
Like the peacock guy.
Furus. I don't know.
You remember that show with
I know the
where you had the top hat and you're like, nobody wears a top hat, but
Right.
this guy does. Because,
Yeah.
oh, it's a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're an odd character.
yeah.
Blech.
Yeah,
But I got
what a
new
weird
top
reason
hat.
to wear a top hat. Women will notice me. All right.
It's got feathers on the side.
Yeah. Ladies love weird hats.
Mm-hmm.
That's the logic there. So, speaking of fears and phobia, I don't know how women do it at all times. Like, I think about this.
Do
and-
what?
Exist in a society.
Yeah.
Go to the store.
Yeah,
Get gas.
It's like and so what Ryan is saying is he has all these fears as a man now.
I can fight most of my fears.
Multiply that times men.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're just saying because there's a lot of dude minds that are creepy that are just around?
I made the mistake one time. And
What were you wearing?
of no, like,
top hat.
it's hot. No, but I made the mistake one time, and I was like, "Hey, just really break down." And talking to my fiance, like, what is your life like on a daily basis, and like as far as like cat calls and like things. And I'd never really asked a partner that I've been with. Like I've always seen the evidence on like a news and things like that. And I was like, it probably doesn't happen that often. And she goes and she thinks for a second. She's like, yeah, probably right. And she's like, well, let me think about today. There was this incident and this one guy and then the gas station. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, it's kind of every day. And they're just like used to it. Like they've been traumatized into just being used to this nonsense that's pulled upon them.
You know what? Sometimes my missus will tell me stories, and she'll approach them and like, and this thing happened. I'm like, what?
Yes!
That's not okay.
Exactly. She's told me so many stories, and she just like, and then that happened. I'm like,
Just
what? That was horrific.
Desensitized to the horrific behavior of men. Yeah.
We went to a restaurant, and the bartender, we were sitting at the bar. The bartender's like, what are you having to drink? And she got like a what's it called? Margarita.
Mm-hmm.
And she got like the big one. And the bartender literally goes, are you a big girl? Are you going to be able to finish that? And I was like, are you kidding?
Wow.
And like she just didn't respond. And I was like, wait, are you... What? Why are we not mad at this guy right now?
This
Fuck that guy.
This bar doesn't have a HR department.
But one of the weirder ones was like we went to go get the house, and we originally went with like a different mortgage broker, and this mortgage broker would only talk to me. Like he would only speak to me.
That happens, Gabriella, all the fucking time. We went to buy a van. I don't have a driver's license. They would not look at her, and she's like, she grew up knowing about like cars.
She's the one that's driving.
She's driving it. She grew up knowing about vehicles and stuff, And the guy's just like, so anyway, and she was like trying to. So what about this? And he's just like, yes. So what? I'm just like, dude, you got the wrong one. You got the wrong one.
Yeah, God. That's what I was saying about my mortgage. It's like she's the one with good credit.
Yeah,
I'm just financing. I'm giving her $10,000.
I'm literally just here for the ride.
Yeah, I'm the moral support. All right, fine. That would be so frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even when people talk to me about sports, baseball especially, Christina knows way more than I do about baseball.
Yeah,
way more. And it's hilarious to see dudes start talking to me about baseball. I'm like, honey, take over. And then watching them
why
go
she
like,
knows. You know why? Yeah, you know why she knows more about baseball than you do?
Because it's boring as shit.
No, because it's all about strategy. I can't take it back now.
Take that.
It's all about it's all about plotting. Yeah, it happens so often that it actually is one thing in my life that I've tried to correct, because we are probably all guilty of it in some
Absolutely.
respect. Like I was on a call with trying to talking to a venue about booking a gig there last week, and he was like, the guy was like, and I'm gonna bring in my head of entertainment. Her name doesn't matter, but I was like, hey, how are you? Hey, what's going on? And he would like talk, but I'd like make a point to address her as well and talk to the two of them, because it was one of those things where I could have slipped into the trap because he was on the call first. So it was just me and him, and then this third person comes into the conversation. And when you're only on the phone, it's kind of weird because you just talk. But I was like making a concentrated effort to be like, oh, and what do you think of that then?
Yeah.
Insert woman's name.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm being so protective. It's not like it's like the gig might happen, might not, but it's like, oh, you said Mary
How dare you?
on your podcast.
Yeah. We heard you say it. It was reported. We've got people on the inside.
Yeah.
My favorite fears and phobias that I have, though, are the ones I get at night, which is they're mostly
night specific fears.
Yes, they're usually space related.
What?
And these ones make no sense.
You are the fucking man.
When you're in space, it's always day until you turn around and can't see the sun.
Here's the thing. I get worried about things that are definitely going to happen, but I'm not going to be there for.
Okay, such as
FOMO?
Yes, like
miss that apocalypse, son of a bitch.
like
I have apocalyptic FOMO. Well, actually, I might FOMO. Am I saying that? I believe the word is FUPA.
Yes, yeah. You got apocalyptic fupa.
see the apocalypse.
It's huge.
The apocalypse doesn't scare me. Like I'm like apocalypse. I'll probably die pretty fast. I'll be all right. Dead. Bye. But like the inevitable heat death of the universe really bothers me.
Which is sort of like an apocalypse, if you will.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate apocalypse. It's
Yeah.
where everything in the universe just becomes the same temperature and nothing can live.
See, this is the thing: is everyone thinks about these dramatic, here and now apocalypses. What about the slow burn?
Yeah.
The
6 billion years when the sun's gone.
the
Yeah.
gradual apocalypse.
Yeah.
Here's a weird one that I have. I don't like putting checks in the bank. I hate, I fear it.
So do you take a photo?
I do the thing. I do the thing.
App?
No, but that's like I have a pile of checks I haven't put in
Yo.
because I have a weird fear that I don't deserve it.
This is
Interesting.
It's the weird
Expand.
and I just go. I tell Christina, I'm like, honey, make me put them in. I know I should. It makes no sense.
Wow.
I did the work to deserve these
Yeah,
checks.
That's so.
But
what about cash?
cash just sits in my wallet.
Okay.
And like cash is one of those things where I don't usually have it, so
Right.
it'll be like, oh, I would go to the gas station, get a drink or something. But
Do you know what's weird about that is you just reminded me that. Do you guys count your money when it comes out of the ATM?
no,
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
I've never counted.
I don't trust those robots.
That's fair,
Yeah.
but I didn't know it was weird that I didn't. And one time,
wait, is it weird that we don't?
I don't know. It's very. I don't know. One's. I think it's a split.
I can see both ways.
Don't
think
look
it's a
over to the
split.
guy who's afraid of the heat death of the universe. I'm not right.
Ryan is just like, this might be my last withdrawal. I better make sure that I got it right.
Well, no, because I'll tell you why. Because I've had it give me the wrong amount before.
Okay.
Really?
And then they know how much is supposed to be in there. So it was actually a really easy phone call to make. They're like, all right, we'll check it. Okay, we checked it. Yep, there's $20 too much in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty simple.
I saw my missus counting the money after you. I'm like, what are you counting it? She goes, yeah, in case they give me the wrong amount.
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Never
but isn't it like
even.
programmed to give you the right amount?
It just goes, and then it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but
it's right.
I don't trust the robot. They'll always try to sneak one
I
past
trust you, robots. Maybe that's a fear that I have. I have a fear that down the road they're gonna take over, and I call them they. Yeah, I.
But it's
feel
not gonna be the ATM robots that take over.
No, but it might.
No, do you know who's gonna lose their shit? The supermarket scanner robots.
Oh,
Like, we
yeah.
know what you've been doing.
Yeah, but it.
Oh yeah, really? Scanning? I don't think so.
Sir, where is your barcode? No, like I've said it before. I'm polite to my phone because I'm afraid of in the future robots being scary and mean, and I want to build up that long-term clout.
All I'm saying is I'll try to scan a thing twice. After that, you just don't want to be scanned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Got it.
This is my ginger ale.
That's the law.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
go.
If I have to,
mine.
listen, I don't work here. Okay,
Yeah.
I tried twice.
Yeah,
Yep.
If it didn't work, it's free.
I've had jobs where I'd give up after the first attempt. I'm
Yeah.
not even paid to be here. I tried to scan it twice.
That's what makes me so mad.
Ergo, my ginger ale.
Yeah.
Grocery prices didn't go down now that I have to do all the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, you know what I did the other day?
I'm part-time at the grocery store. Boop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
My inevitable dementia is another one of my phobias, and it's
Oh fuck! I do. Okay, it's not a phobia, but that does bother me.
What?
It
Becoming.
Having dementia.
yeah, it's gonna happen to me too.
Yep.
Which is just
Me
the best.
too.
And
Yeah. God damn it.
Very scary.
yeah,
Fuck.
that's super
That's-
scary.
That
If-
sucks.
if you really
I don't
look
like
at
that because like me and you, I think are similar in this respect. There's times where it's just like, nope, no idea
Yeah.
what that was.
I feel like I'm super,
What was I thinking about?
I feel like
Where
I'm a
did it
smart
go?
person. And then the other day, I went to the grocery checkout, self-checked out, beep beep boop, done everything. Put all the stuff in the basket. Go out to my car and realize I didn't bag anything.
What? Were you just holding them? Just have an armload of groceries.
No, just holding groceries. Standing there trying to open my trunk of my car. And I'm like,
Just
why
toss it in the
I looked
bag.
down, I'm like, why did I bag any of this?
Well, I would have. It would have been bagged, only they cut back on employees.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Robo Bagger? Get him in here.
It's ridiculous. But it's the little stuff like that is and it's sort of always happened, but it's definitely ramped up a percentage, a noticeable
the
percentage.
dementia one is
recently.
definitely one where I'm like, I'm gonna be old and lose my mind, which is optimistic on my part to think I'll get that old.
Dude, Christina's grandmother acts like she acts like she has dementia when she wants something.
Great.
And then, like, I know she doesn't because the first time she met me, she was like, "Oh, you're Charlie," and I was like, "You're not supposed to be able to remember shit if you have dementia.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to put 2 and 2 together.
Do you know what?
To
Though?
recognize a person you've never met before right now.
That is that's
She's good though.
That's fun. That's fun,
Dude.
That's fun.
Nana's the biz. I like.
Fucking around in your old age. Fuck
Oh,
around.
dude, yeah. Like,
Fuck around. Play pranks.
And also eat whatever the hell you want. When my grandmother was passing, the home was like, she's eating poorly. It's like, what's she eating? Well, she eats ice cream for breakfast. It's like, she's 92.
Fuck
Who
yeah,
gives a
she does.
shit?
Yeah.
Do what you do.
Get
I
her-
don't care.
Get her
Gonna mess
face.
with her diabetes.
And,
God,
oh no,
die faster.
she's 92.
It's horrible.
It's like, just let the lady just do whatever the hell she wants.
Also, is it really that bad to eat ice cream for breakfast?
And she was like
Whatever.
95 pounds. She's a tiny little lady.
Yeah.
Tiny. She got up to 100, and they're like, well, she's gaining a lot of weight. It's like, yeah, it is
What a fat
5%.
ass.
But it's like she's 5'2", and, so weird when they were like, you can't be eating bad stuff. It's like, she doesn't even know where the fuck she is.
Oh, you know
Just
what?
let her eat ice cream.
I don't know if I call it a phobia, but I definitely am not. I do worry about the idea of being old and broke.
Oh, yeah, old and broke is
Old
rough.
and broke. Yeah, like physically not being able to work and struggling to get by.
Well, never had that thought till just now. I'm putting that into my brain.
Hey, let's talk about phobias. Ryan, one of you.
Ryan, here's some more to think about.
I'm
plague your mind.
unfortunately plagued with OCD, which is also super fun. And there used to be like shows that would come on about people with OCD, and I remember there was like one lady who would just eat her couch cushions.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
she'd sit there and like
That's
tear
normal.
apart and just eat them. And I couldn't watch that show because I'm
you would
like,
start eating the
I
couch.
don't need new ones to think about.
Yeah.
I got enough. I already got to flip this light switch on 45 times so my mom doesn't get cancer.
I got a
You know
few.
what I mean?
I got a few weird ones too, man.
Just
If I-
sitting there eating the
If I-
couch.
Yeah.
and my miss, I hid it for so long. It took so long. We were together like 4 years before she figured it out.
Yeah.
But like, if I like accident, and I don't know why, right? If I accidentally just like breathe or like blow on one of my shoulders, I have to real quickly just go. I don't know why. It's
You
something
gotta
to
get the
do
devil off the other one.
balance or,
No, it's
or
balance.
fucking. It's
Yeah.
a balance.
I
A
totally
lot
know
of
what-
OCD is balance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about if something happens on
boy.
the left side, it's got to happen on the right side as well.
Do you know which is why people are like the step over cracks shit? I don't have to step over cracks, but if I step on a crack with one part of my left foot, you're damn right I'm doing the same. Am I right?
I was with somebody for a while, and I had OCD real bad when I was a kid. Like it was like super extreme, and then a traumatic event happened in my 20s, and it crept back in. Like I thought I was over. I thought I was done. So it starts creeping back in, and I'm dating this girl, and I used to have this way I would have to get into the bed,
What?
like a very specific
You
way.
sneak in there?
No, but I thought I was like being cool and playing it off, and I definitely was not. And the day she figured it out, she's like, "You got some OCD, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah."
You body slam her every night. I thought I was being chill about
But
it.
it's a lot of like
Dropping an elbow on her. Honey, I love you. Good night. Gah!
a lot of mine would be like,
I thought I was being chill. My nose is broken.
It breaks every night.
"I'm doing this so you don't die."
This is for you, babe. This is for you.
So bad. And then a lot of it's like, so if I turned off a light, like I couldn't look at it like one side. If this side of the eye got all the light off, I got to flip over here. This side needs that light off too. Bam! It's very fun. Not fun at all.
Wait, so
Exercise
you can
helps.
cover a light up like that, and you can see it through that one, but not that one?
Because both eyes have to be equally exposed to whatever light. That way, they both go bad in the same way. It's funny to think about this stuff because
OCD is fascinating.
it's fascinating because I'm a smart person. I understand that none of this
It's
really
legitimate.
matters.
Right.
But there's another
But
part
it
of my
is.
brain that can overtake that and go, fuck that, we're
Yeah,
doing it.
It's real.
Yeah. And if you don't do it, you're gonna have a panic attack. Have fun. It's your choice, bitch. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
I think you want to flip that light switch a few more times, don't you?
Do you know what? That's true though. We all kind of make decisions just to like. It's like the one I was talking about with panic attacks actually, where it's like I can't, if I'm hungover, I don't drink coffee. Because I'm just like, that's one time that gave me a so it's like you just make up own rules, your own rules for your body, just to keep you intact.
It's an illusion of control over things you have no control over.
Right.
And it makes you feel better because you're like, well, I did this, and nobody in my family got cancer today, so this is working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
800 for Ryan. Now keep flipping.
3 years down.
Yeah, it's difficult, man. I used to when I was a little kid, they like I would have to wash my hands a lot. That it transferred to just like I needed to wash my hands because I always felt like there was germs on them, right?
So COVID was traumatic for you.
Not awesome. Not awesome.
Not cool.
But I got over the hand washing one. I'm so glad that whatever that one was kind of stopped and never really came back because I would wash my hands to the point where like the skin would get raw. And it would take. I remember one of the worst nights that happened. I was going from the bathroom to the kitchen and getting water or something, right? It took me to get back to my bedroom 3-ish hours because I kept coming back. No, hours. 3-ish hours because I would either like touch something on the way back with my hand, like it would just lightly graze something, or like my foot would. It was. I just remember going like, "This is the worst thing ever." And there,
wait.
and I was like 20 something, you know, like, and I'm like, "What is happening to me, and why?" And then, but if it's like if I don't do it the correct, it's not like I could just stop and be like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah,
and if somebody would have grabbed me and pushed me at that moment,
you would have freaked out.
It would total freak meltdown. Oh,
you're gonna
worst.
die.
So
is that a threat? No, it's a promise.
So do you feel like as you're aging, it's gotten better or worse? Or?
I live in constant fear that it could come back. That's the real thing because it's like if it came back once.
Why wouldn't it come back?
Why would it come back again? The only thing that really seems to fix it, because medication never really did much for me.
It's flipping lights.
It was the flipping the lights. Oddly enough, the cure
Working
is to
great.
do it. Yes,
working great.
That might be the moment where we cross the line. I was like about to burst out. I was like, that's almost me.
It was like a lot of like.
By the way, do you need to move your chair? Is the light hitting both your eyes?
You're right. Move your hat over there.
This is our friendship, okay?
Right.
This is how we.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm not flipping the lights for you now. I hope you get cancer now. I hope you get cancer.
Don't you put that evil on me?
Walking down. Is Sean gonna get cancer today?
Like I could fix all of this. Hey, all the problems in the world, I could fix them, but I'm not. Fuck you.
World hunger.
I'd be like, I might have cancer, but Ryan's been flipping that light switch for 8 days now. So who's the real winner?
That bulb
Nobody.
is going out. Yeah. Oh,
I don't know.
man.
I was never confronted with like the alternative. Like if you showed up and if I was doing it to stop somebody from getting cancer, and then you showed up with cancer, I think that would. What would my brain do? I don't know.
All of that light switching was for naught.
Yeah, it's because it's never a tangible thing.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
That's nuts.
I got pulled out of school when I was a little kid for it because
Kept on turning off the lights in the class.
Yeah, well,
That's
I would wash my hands and like as the line would get, like as you travel through school in a line, you know. So very publicly, like people were touching me, I couldn't stand it, and then I'd wash my hands in like the water fountains, and then I would get aggressively bullied by the teacher.
Oh,
because public school's a nightmare, and yeah, I got pulled out. I was homeschooled for a little while because of it, and it was not the greatest time of my life.
No, I can imagine. How long were you homeschooled for?
All of 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
Did you switch schools thereafter?
Yeah, well I actually ended up having to live several different places because like no one could handle it. Like so my mom couldn't handle it, so I went and lived with my dad. There's the only time I ever lived with my dad, and he was not good at dadding.
he was on the dad scale.
Yeah. And I was driving him crazy. So then I lived with my cousin for a minute, and I drove them crazy, and they kicked me out.
So this is all through 7th.
All through 7th grade, yeah.
Wow.
Jeez,
And then I went back and lived with my mom, who had a new boyfriend, who was just awesome.
I sense sarcasm.
It was a pretty traumatic time.
Oh,
but
he
it
wasn't awesome.
Yeah,
I thought he was just awesome, and then I was like, "Yay! Things turned around and are good." No, sarcasm, son of a bitch.
Sarcasm.
This is like, great. I forget to flip the light switch one day, and now my mom's with this jackass.
Yeah, fun. But it's just weird, like how fear like will take you over. Like it's such a powerful, just primal thing. I'm assuming evolutionary. There has to be some kind of reason helpful. I assume what humans are pattern seeking, where that's the thing that we're good at.
So the reason why fears stick out so much more than positives is because we are protecting ourselves. So think about how many times have you been in a car accident?
Okay.
Right? How many times?
One.
How many times have you not been in a car accident?
Thousands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you don't chalk it up to another day. Mm-hmm. Boom. It's solely because you remember that experience just so you don't do it again.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
It psychologically it makes sense.
Toxoplasmosis is an interesting one.
What is that?
That's the thing that you get from cats.
Wait, what?
Cat scratch fever?
I've never seen that movie or musical.
It's great.
But I'm not buying a ticket now.
I hear they had buttholes in one cut.
Toxoplasmosis is a thing that cats get, but I think it's actually the fleas on the cats, right? And what they do is they jump to like rats and mice and stuff, and then it's just like a little bacteria, and it goes into the brain of a rat or a mouse, and then what it does is it makes mice and rats not afraid of cats.
Whoa!
So then they're more likely.
So they just come out and
So,
like,
yeah.
And
So
the cats
they
get
come out,
them.
and the cats obviously eat them.
Wow.
And then thus transferring the toxoplasmosis back to the cat again.
So
He gets his plasma back.
But the thing about it is, here's even funnier thing. So pretty much all cats have this, by the way. Humans who have cats also have toxoplasmosis, and one of the things that they found is that people who've been infected by toxoplasmosis in their life are riskier people. They especially when it comes to driving, they have a 200% chance of being in a car accident more than somebody who's never been exposed to toxoplasmosis.
Wow.
Because what it does, it takes away your like fear in a way.
See, this is how
That's
wild
nuts.
the world is. That's up there with the craziest things I've ever heard, and I'm discovering it at 33 on my podcast.
and like imagine evolutionarily,
Yeah.
like the cat is like, well, if they aren't afraid of me, they come out and hunting's way easier. And then it happened.
Wow.
They're like, man, I got an itch. But that rat, he's going, hey, hey, cat, come on, bitch. And then it's like, oh, well, this was easier than before they had toxoplasmosis.
Yeah.
I just like the idea of the cat ripping apart a rat, and the rat just like, it wasn't meant to go this way.
I didn't see this coming at all.
It's only a flesh wound.
1 minute you're just enjoying your pizza slice.
Yeah, it's funny. Like that fears. One of the things that always freak me out about nature is just the ability of certain things, from insects to bacteria to fungi, can hijack the brains of other animals. Mm-hmm. You know, like there's
like that wasp one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not.
What's this now?
There's like a type of is it the wasp has it?
The wasp is infected by it. Yes.
Yeah, and so this this fungus goes onto a wasp and then like takes over its mobility, like basically acts like its brain, full on zombie wasp.
Zombie wasps?
Yeah.
Yes, and yeah.
I think I'd have a lot more fears if I didn't.
If you knew about
if I didn't shelter myself from everything.
from normal things like zombie wasps.
Yo, that's crazy.
But the fungus, which does not have like mobility, takes over a wasp that does, and it's like, well, now we're walking, and we're flying, and the freaking the fungus takes over.
You had me at zombie wasp. That's incredible. Do you know? I will say one thing.
It's really crazy.
One thing that I do, because social media is such a ridiculously horrible place at times. I train the algorithm.
Okay.
So like if you go on my Twitter,
Who's training who?
if you go on my Twitter, literally all I will like is posts about my favorite soccer team, Newcastle United, or cute cat and dog videos. Mostly dog videos, to be honest. I think less. I think less of cats now. No, but that's it. So like videos of pets and just soccer, and that's it. And then that's what the feed gives me now.
Yeah, that's why I never let cats drive. They're gonna crash.
Yeah,
Sean, because of your Twitter feed, I never let cats drive.
I can't
Get my dogs the wheel
I
all
can't
the time.
use the news feed and
Miles,
the
get
algorithm.
up here. You can touch the pedals. You're huge.
So what were you saying?
I can't use the algorithm like a regular person either, because like I feel bad. Like in theory, I should, every time I see y'all's posts or anybody that likes posts, I should be hitting like on them.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want the algorithm to think I like this specific thing. Like I'm trying to figure out what the algorithm thinks I would want it for this to give me more.
You just hit something there. That's true. I'll be skipping over. I'll see a post and I'll be like, I'll see it. And do you know what? Sometimes I get like, I guess, white guilt. Is that what it is? Dude,
What?
dude, I swear, I'll see a post and I'll be like, am I liking this because I like this, or am I liking this because I feel like it's the right thing to do?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not wrong. I'm not.
Nah.
We've all been scrolling
Yeah.
and been like,
You're
am I
like,
just, is this,
Here's my woke like.
yeah, woke
Yeah.
likes, dishing out the
I
woke
do
likes.
agree.
Dude, I cut out all the woke likes. I don't care what happened to your kid. I don't care. I don't want this
Yeah.
shit on my
Thi-
feed. If
this
it's not
like-
soccer
Yeah.
or cute puppies, you're out of here.
Yeah, I started hiding people in mass
Oh,
recently,
good
which
call.
is just so much more fun.
Yeah.
Because I was unfriending them, and then every now and then somebody would figure it out and send me a really
Yeah.
nasty message. So I just hide people.
Well, I
Like,
would say I'm never on Facebook now.
I don't think anybody needs to be if you're not like a boomer. It feels like the boomers took it over.
Yes, they did.
And,
With their
and now it's just a
joint-
55 and up community.
Yeah.
you don't want to be there.
And Mark Viola. That joke is great on two levels.
You're good too, Mark.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
It's our podcast called "Fucking with Mark."
The Adventures of Mark Viola.
Yeah, but it just seems like there's nothing there for me with Facebook anymore. Like there's no trendy video really that I really come across. It's mostly people bitching. The marketplace is useful. It's turned into Craigslist for me. Like the marketplace is useful.
Marketplace, I've heard good things. I never got into it. I never clicked on it, so I never really went down that rabbit hole. But yeah, I think that's probably what it's just a new Craigslist now.
Yeah.
I will say, like, the reels and shorts on YouTube, those are awful for me because I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. that he's
Entertain
surfing.
me for 34 seconds. Yeah.
And like it is ADHD to a T,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, I can watch this for 15 seconds and it's over and it moves to the next one. And now there's somebody doing a surfboard thing. And that's
Yeah.
rad. And then there's a cute puppy. And that's great. And then there's like a guy whose engine explodes because he's over revving his engine. Cool. That was not expected. And then a guy gets hit in the nuts. And you're like, ha ha ha. And then it's insane.
You're so right. We're
The
just
chive.
getting
The
these
chive is the worst.
Oh man.
It is ADHD. If you don't have ADHD, watch the chive and you'll be like, oh, this is how Charlie's brain works. This is why he's like, yeah, that guy's doing a trampoline trick. See?
Yeah.
See? And now you're just gonna, or like people
You
doing.
just scroll.
Yeah.
The problem with shorts and things like little reels and stuff like this one, like, is so clearly fake.
Yes,
You
very
know?
much so.
And it drives me crazy.
Right.
But then I'm like, then I'm that guy that just wants to scream in the comments, fake. But it doesn't matter. But what I'm doing is giving them engagement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you've won.
Well, it's like the best comedy, the best viewed comedy clips of people who are unknown, right? So
Yes.
we'll say people who are not famous.
They're
The best viewed clips are not the funniest.
No.
They're the ones that get people going, well, actually, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And you get 1,500 common threads about whether or not...
Or the takedown of the heckler that... it's like,
Yeah.
well, why? If you're so good, why do you have hecklers every goddamn show?
No, but if you think about
Right?
it, the whole goal is engagement.
I
The
hate
whole-
like it's set up.
Engagement comes in two
Like-
forms. It comes in the form of views and likes. And then likes will push it, but then comments will push it.
Yeah.
So like half of the shit that takes off is just like because it's not even controversial, or it's just something people can argue over.
And then the worst is now they just have the half video where they have like an actual person doing something cool, and then a person just kind of staring at it and being like, the reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're
Like-
like, it's like 2 million views. And you're like,
What? Why?
he didn't even make a noise.
And they aren't even attractive.
Yeah.
The other side's like, I could understand if it was like a hot chick and she's
Yeah.
sitting there and it's like, okay, you're being attractive. But just like some fat guy who's like thinking about it and then he like picks his nose and you're like, why is this 3 million views? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like an old man yelling at a cloud when I have this like,
Absolutely.
conversation. But yeah, definitely.
There really is a genre of comedy now that's just I agree with your point of view.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of because everybody has the internet, everybody's able to type, everything is out there and exists in one way or another. That there's no joke that you can do that somebody can't go. That's from this thing.
Yeah.
It's very similar to this obscure
I got one.
Indonesian video that I saw.
I got one of these. He said it was from some show or movie, and I'm like, I've never heard of that. It was like some independent movie or something. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
I said the exact same. Said the exact same way. I said, well, then I've been doing it for 5 years. They owe me money. How about that? Fuck off. Christ.
Yeah, but do you ever with working with the cruise ships and stuff, because this is a pretty big deal, a lot of big shows, pretty much full night every night.
Yeah,
you know?
packed houses.
Did you ever have imposter syndrome when you started?
I'll tell you what I get out there is like that. It's not. It certainly doesn't stretch the level of fear, but there is a real thing out there where like if the first one doesn't go well, you're like, this is gonna be a long fucking cruise, dude. You don't even want to walk around the ship. You're like, they all saw me bomb. It's horrible. You know when
It's
you
like
do
you're
it.
stuck with the audience you
you're
bombed in front of for a day.
For a week. Dude, if you bomb at a club, they fucking leave.
Yes.
You don't move in with them for a week.
I'm gonna crash on your couch, y'all.
Dude,
I'll see you at breakfast.
And they're like
awful.
whispering and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like you walk by and like, damn, the guy fucking.
I've only had like 2 or 3 like true bombs on a show. And when I say bombs, I don't mean I bombed for the week. I like the 5 shows. I bombed one
For
show.
one of the 5.
And dude, it is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It is like, I don't want to. Yeah, one time the other 3 comics on the ship were at the back of the room for it, and you know, and one was like, he was like, well, you know, and I'm like, don't, just don't, just don't.
I was there too.
We
Okay?
all know what
We've
the
seen it.
fuck just
You
happened.
know how a Tuesday audience goes.
Yeah, I know we had plans to
We're
go
all
for
stuck
it.
here.
I know we had plans to go for a drink, but I'm going to my cabin and I'm never leaving.
I'll see
I'm
you
gonna go
tomorrow.
choke on the swan they folded for me.
Yeah.
Right back.
Fucking origami harakiri.
How did he kill himself with a towel?
He was hanging in the cute monkey.
He stabbed himself with the swan's beak.
He called room service because the first towel wasn't long enough.
He didn't.
I'm gonna need a longer towel.
I need a bath sheet because this thing is not.
Also, can
cutting.
you stabilize the shower?
And he didn't put the towel on the floor, so we got to use it again. And he
Yeah.
obviously doesn't want to get rid of it. Save the oceans,
Man,
man.
you gotta throw it in the corner.
Save the oceans.
Yeah.
Do you have to bunk with somebody usually when you do that?
No,
You get your own room?
No, you get your own room.
Does room service come to your room?
No. No. Absolutely no. Room service does not come to the fucking basement of the ship.
Oh, you got steerage?
Sometimes we get like, it depends. Sometimes we get a crew cabin, but we got one to ourselves. Sometimes they give you like a guest cabin, which is nice when that happens. But honestly, I usually prefer the crew ones because the crew ones have ESPN, so I can watch football during football season, don't have to leave my cabin.
Very cool.
I'm a very sociable person.
Is it like doing a weekend, like where I've done like you do travel and just stay in the hotel all day?
You know what?
It's really weird because that's exactly what like. Well, we got.
Yeah.
You're not going to see the city? No.
No.
Why the fuck would I do that?
How's Seattle? How the fuck would I know?
I'm going to be staying in the Fairfield.
Yeah. I can tell you how the Courtyard Inn and Suites is.
How'd you know about our town? I asked somebody what the shitty part of town is that everybody makes fun of.
Yeah.
It's very hacky. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
I went down to the front. I made myself a waffle. It was a good day. It was a good day.
Yeah, Seattle, great waffles.
Just making myself a lobby waffle and continuing.
That's what I always do when people ask me. They're like, "Oh, so you were just in Cincinnati? How was it?" I go, "Great. Do you like Mexican food?" I go, "Do you like Mexican food?" "Yeah, I love Mexican food." So, Terminal 4, they have this Taco Bell at the Cincinnati airport.
It's great.
You gotta check it out. Taco Bell? Am I saying that right?
It is really nice when you're out on the road and there's nothing.
I've gotten better though. I will do things now and actually enjoy them. There was a good 2 years I'd say where I was just like different town, different hotel bed for me to spend the day in. But now I actually go out and fucking do shit.
Yeah, I didn't know Cops was playing still. Jeez, just sitting watching a marathon and being like,
right.
Yeah, that guy, he shouldn't have run.
Yeah.
Neither should that guy have.
I hate hotel TVs though.
It's
like they took a regular TV and they made it just slightly shittier, like
and bolted it to a closet.
The volume level, like it goes from 0 to barely audible at number 1 to way too loud at number 2.
Well, wait till you hear my grievance on the fridges. It's like a regular fridge, but with a twist. It keeps everything room temperature. More of a cabinet, really, but you know.
Or it's completely frozen. Like if you have in the upper, you know how they have
Not
the freezer.
small. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It does. Okay. Yeah. I would
The
grant you.
freezer part is like the coldest. It's the coldest place on earth.
Yeah.
But then the rest of it is like lukewarm Pepsi.
Yeah,
I
and
find
then there's
a
microwave on top of
You
it.
are right. I've had that experience where it's like it's brutal on top, but lately I've been like, getting a lot of, oh, I need to leave this in for 8 hours for it to be slightly chilled. Fantastic.
Now, what you do, you go down to the ice machine and then fill the fridge with ice.
Oh, you know, why the fuck not? Why wouldn't I do that?
It's a cooler.
Yeah.
It's a cooler.
Yeah.
Think of it that way.
It's a cool. I'm fucking Charlie.
Yep.
That's why you're the smart one.
Sorry.
Sorry, Ryan. I didn't mean that to sound like that.
No. But I just think about it like
I just know I'm a big dumb dumb.
when you say like dying broke and old, you know, like my fear is like being that road comedian, like that.
Okay.
That freaks me out. Where like you gotta go do a show, like you're dead on the inside, you're
Oh,
sad,
yeah.
and you gotta fucking go to Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
And you're like, you gotta make it happen. And
I don't
you're
mean
just-
this. I
your-
don't mean.
Your
Bring the
wife
juice.
has left you a long time ago. Your kids don't talk to you. And
Yeah.
you're sitting there heating up a hot pocket on a microwave on top of a fridge that doesn't keep anything cold. And you're just
Yeah.
like,
I don't want
like,
this to come across as
one more
like
day.
arrogant or anything, because I could always slip back to that. But I kind of feel like I've gotten past that now. Like it can always. You never know when the fall is, but at this current point
Very
in my
moment.
career, I have the luxury of going, nah, I'm not doing your gig. You know, and so my schedule isn't. It's fluid, so to speak. I could go on the road for like 2 weeks, but then I could sit at home for 2 weeks and be fine. You know, I'm just all about. I like to stack up because I don't want to be that old person. That person that can't work.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, we don't get as comedians. We don't get the the hero's welcome when we
No.
come home.
Certainly
like,
don't get a gold watch when we
like
retire.
You come home and it's like you better get back to work.
You don't retire in comedy. You just stop doing comedy.
And suddenly you're a realtor one day and you come across them at a realty place and you're like, oh, what's up? And then you make small talk, but you never bring up comedy because you don't want the pain inside.
There's only two ways.
both of you.
There's only two ways to leave comedy. You get dementia or you couldn't hack it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain.
Live long enough to become a hack.
Yeah, hack.
Actually, it should be live long enough to work cruise ships. I'm gonna be dead by 35.
So much
that a
salt
fear?
from that cruise ship food.
Gotta say,
I actually like working them, by the way.
gotta say, 3 30-something dudes talking about their fears is pretty pretty forward thinking. That's great.
Yeah, you know
guys.
what?
Well done.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we didn't we barely faltered. We barely slipped into our normal safety mechanism, which is just to mock every situation.
I mean, we mocked plenty of them.
Oh, we did. We mocked plenty, but
Yeah.
you know, but we
Olives
also
is pretty stupid.
we mocked plenty, but we also heard Ryan out.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I always say, like, to my fiance, I'm like, she's like, I always want to know, like, what's going on in your head? And I'm like, I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy.
And when
I remember when I found out, I think different. Like, because when you're in your head, you think you're this all the time, and you're like,
Right.
everybody obviously is like this. And then I realized the realization I had when people, I'm like, wait, everybody's not this much of a mess inside their brain all the time.
Man.
And
Wow.
one weird one
Must
is
be
when
nice.
there's absolutely nothing going on, and my Christina's like, "Honey, what do you think?" And I was like, "Nothing." And it's
Wait,
like,
what is that even like?
oh, when there's zero, I
fuck
don't
is
even,
zero?
I don't
Zero?
even know.
Just
I
constant
cru-
meditation.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck
No,
you.
when there's
It's like
just,
20 people are screaming in here all the time.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of those times, but like when there is just a complete zone,
Mm-hmm.
and then, honey, you all right? Yeah, fine. What? Are you okay? Yeah. What? I don't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is not me lying. This is not me freaking out about anything. I just sincerely got nothing. Zero.
That's how like people are like, Ryan, why do you drink? You just like being drunk and like being great. No, I need this to shut the fuck up
Yeah.
for like a while, so I kill it with alcohol.
Yeah.
Shuts up.
I will say the first time, because we Ryan and I, Charlie, you probably started like maybe 2 years before us.
Yeah.
Ryan and I
Yeah.
started comedy around the same time, and I remember it was pretty early on. We were at a place, I think it was Stardust. Remember Stardust?
In the basement?
Yeah, no,
Or,
no.
oh, the
Stardust
other
Cafe.
the
Yeah,
cafe
over
place, and we would all bomb there and whatever,
Mhm.
but like to 6 people on their laptops,
Yeah.
but
They're doing
drinking a
homework.
coffee. But I remember seeing you there, and you were probably like, you were early enough in comedy. We were both early enough in comedy, and I remember you were talking about your OCD, and I remember thinking it was the first time that I'd seen it. I was like, this guy has got like a really fucking interesting perspective on shit. Like it was because it's so early in comedy, it's easy to go, that's a dick, you know. Like, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, this guy is like shit. If he could harness this and talk about this shit, this is real right here. But then the problem is like you go down that rabbit hole, and it's like it is tough. It's easy to not talk about anything on stage. It's difficult
Yeah.
to really, really talk about shit, you know?
Well, that's it. Especially when you make your act about you and the real you.
Yeah.
If you bomb, it hurts more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, way more. Exponentially more.
Yeah.
You see a guy doing a even, but you know what? I'll take that a step further. Talking about the real you and it bombing hurts so bad because it feels like they're rejecting you.
Yes.
Talking even storytelling comics, even if it's longer form, even if it's not necessarily really about them, it still hurts more. One-liner guys are the ones who get the pass. You just,
yeah.
you didn't like that. Here's the next
Yeah.
one.
Next one.
I got
Next
55,000
one.
more.
Yeah.
And you should see my notebook. It just has like one single word for 5 pages, and that's a 12-minute set.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
I
hurts?
don't like remembering things that much. Give me a long form.
You know what hurts the most though, is when people don't donate to our Patreon account.
Agreed.
That's my biggest fear.
That's my biggest fear.
Is that we can't live off the Patreon.
We can't do it. And you could easily go
Absolutely.
to patreon.com and go to Legends of Pregame, search that, find it, and do that.
Oh, we got a new one this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so thank you. I can't remember the name now.
Oh. That's the whole point of Patreon, Sean. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on.
Thank you.
Anyway, right, you look for that. You can also find us on YouTube, Facebook,
Libsyn,
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah, we're on all of
Wow. It doesn't pop up if you search Legends of Pregame.
it. This is the problem.
Even a little bit. What? Why would it not?
Is it still that way? We still can't find it. Whoever found it, thank you.
Yeah, you did some work. You went
Yeah,
above and
appreciate
beyond.
that.
Quack, quack, quack.
Try poking the bear. God damn it.
No.
No, I think you have to do it into. Don't go do it into a Google search.
Oh,
Anyway, listen. What a fantastic way to end. We can't find our own fucking podcast on Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm Sean Finnerty.
I'm Charlie Bowie, and this joke is for YouTube.
Stop it.
Oh no, he did the lights.
I gotta do one more
Oh,
time.
no.
I gotta get the other side.
Got
Thank
the
you.
other eye.
All right, perfect.
Wow, you're like Maury.
I should have run out of the room.
All right, fuck it. Are we done?
We have an 18 or older button that we have to hit for our Patreon.
I
Really?
guess so.
I'm
All right.
learning a lot right
Here,
now.
let's call this and move on.
Okay, I was gonna thank the patrons, but
Thanks,
Nah,
patrons.
it's too late. Thanks. Thanks.
Bye.
Come back next week. Bye.
Stay awesome.
Bye.